Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another wee video of some of the games that I've played. So today I was just kind of chilling out, not streaming or anything, and just playing a few bullet games, 2 minute, 1 second interval. One of our goals, well, one of my goals here recently is going to be to get my Blitz bullet rating up to 1,000. That's going to be, it is going to be difficult, but you know, at least it's a goal. It's something, so it is. So yeah, today I was just sitting playing. Now our rating has taken a hit recently, so it has. It's no longer 878. You'll see what it is, and it is a bit bad. It's quite bad now. But I've got two games where I had a brilliant rook sacrifice and a brilliant knight sacrifice leading to mate. Yeah, it was just, oh, it was just lovely. Yeah, it really was lovely. But we'll just jump straight in the game. So there are two games, and I am white for both of them. So this game starts off with D4. Okay, recently I have been trying D4 openings. This mainly being the London. Kind of trying out a few different versions just to find out something that interests myself and something I enjoy. So this one went for D4 C4. I did decide to block in the light square bishop. Now I blocked dark square bishop, but blocked in the dark square bishop just to be like, okay, we can continue development as normal, but there is not going to be a dark square bishop there, and we can probably get it into the game a wee bit later on. And that is what we do. So he goes for King's Indian setup. Well, as we kind of recently discussed, this was classed as the old Indian defense, so it is, because the knight comes out then here before the Fianchetto. So what do we look at that? But so here we're normal development, getting the knight out. And now I think it's a time for me to make a decision in the centre, and I decide to put the 3 pawns up in the centre, get ready for a push here from either way of him. He can't take, you know, a wee bit more difficult for him to get jumping in. But this is what happens immediately as soon as he plays this h6 move. I'm like, okay, that's a target, so I'm going to go for that. And what enables that is the pawn moving to e4. Because it opens up scope to the bishop. I know, and my immediate plan was, okay, we'll put the queen on the same line as the bishop, and we'll go after that pawn. So we'll completely give up this knight, well, trade it off. Now, why do we do that? We do that to open up the g file for our rook, and it becomes a very, very big factor, so it does. So he strikes in the center. I decide, okay, we're going to lock this down, make it difficult for him to do anything. He tries to go back, attacking in the center, open it up a wee bit more, but I'm like, okay, I'm going with my plan. I take the pawn. Now, you're kind of told, don't take back, let them take you, take on your terms. But I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep that there, I have no reason to, and we'll start adding more pieces to the party, start getting a wee bit further up, add the rook, hopefully get this bishop moved, and then get the other rook over. So he tries to defend the bishop. I'm like, okay, what would it look like if the knight actually got there? What would it look like if the knight ended up there? Where can it go? It can't really go anywhere. You know, it's quite difficult and it'll be quite stuck. So that's what we do. We take, computer does give it an accuracy and says that we should drop back attacking the queen. I'm like, no, okay. We'll put the knight there, which is a mistake. Even the computer says you should take him with a king. Now we're attacking this pawn. We're not actually threatening to take it. We're just, you know, attacking it. Get the queen in. Immediately get the queen in. Hope to get the rook up and across and deliver checkmate on either of them squares. That would be the main goal. That's the end goal. And what happens? He gives up his knight. He just clean gives up his knight. Now why? Because he's reopened this pin. This is defending his knight, but it's also defending his king. So what's more important? The game was going to say the king. So here, could have just taken the knight, but I did miss it. That is something that I missed, but you know what? I'm glad I did. Why? Because if I didn't, I would not have got this brilliant move. Not that rook move. That was not a brilliant move. It was a miss, obviously, because I should have taken. So here it does kind of give him the opportunity to get his other knight in and attack my rook, which is what he goes for. So we just slide it up one square, try to keep it in the game, and try to keep it pointing at his king, try to add more pressure, get the bishop out, castle, get the rook over, double up, and just start sacrificing them, taking everything. Very, very good, simple move, but not really addressing the threat that's right in front of him. So he does go for this pawn, and I had to look and be like, okay, can we defend it? Well, there's no knight move that really this one does, but it's not the best. We could push the pawn up and, you know, create a big white pyramid here in the center, but instead with castle. Now, why do we castle? Because it does several things. Protects this pawn, gets the opportunity for the rook to come over, but we do lose a pawn. He takes a pawn there. Okay, that's no big deal, alright. He's not really attacking anything after that. He's attacking this pawn, but it's not a big deal. We're still looking right at his king. Alright, we're still right up at his king. I did look at this move, but I thought, okay, if we defend this pawn, and it opens up a square here for us to come and attack his queen, that's good. Kick his queen out, and then we can double up the rooks and get them going. But no, he gets greedy. He gets greedy and he gives us a check. What happens? We move. Okay. So you know, his queen is right in our position. Right, you know, nothing is really attacking it here at the minute. Our rook isn't looking at it. The bishop's on the opposite color. The knights can't jump back and attack it because the rook is on that square. You know, there's no real way to attack the queen apart from a tactic. It's a very, very nice tactic whenever you see it, and oh my god, I seen it immediately. See, as soon as I seen his queen go here and it's on the same diagonal as my queen, I knew that I'm winning it if he does not move it. Now, how, you're probably looking at me like, well, your rook is there, how are your queen going to take? You can't just jump over your piece. No, I can't. But after he makes a huge mistake in pushing his pawn, and like, you can see the kind of plan. He's probably just trying to double, start a pawn storm here, you know, immediately go after. We hit him with a rook sacrifice. Rook takes g6, giving him a check. The only thing he can take with is the pawn. And now, look what happens. The queens see each other. His queen is undefended. He cannot do anything. If you keep an eye on my time as well, I gained time. I actually gained time over that sequence. So here, at 21 seconds, well, we'll go back here. At 33 seconds, it took me, you gain 1 second interval, so it took me, what, 9 seconds to make this move? Is that right, Matt? No, it's not right, Matt. 14 seconds? Is that 14 seconds? Oh, you should be able to see the time, can you not? No, I can't. Wait, let me hit this. Can you? No, you can't see it. I swear you used to be able to see the time of the moves whenever you made them. And then here, he made the move. I immediately knew I have 5 seconds, so I spent 4 seconds on that there to move my king. I didn't know where to move it. I did have a look and I was like, okay, well, is there anything that can attack it? Oh no, there's not. But now there is. Now there is, and boom, hit him with a lovely sacrifice. Queens see each other. What happens? I take immediately, pre-moving the move, gaining an extra second, and he immediately resigns. He just resigns. He looks at it and all, and he's like, what's just happened? And he gives up. So that was a good, lovely wee rook sacrifice that I did find in the middle of my game. And that was just from piling on the pressure, just throwing all my pieces at him and hoping something worked. I'll tell you what, it did. Now, don't play hope chess. It is not the best way to play chess, but occasionally you need it. Occasionally you need it. So we'll move on to the next game. Now this game, this was a good wee tactic as well. Brilliant. Another good sacrifice. And these are the type of things you need to look out for that I think I am getting better at finding. But you don't want it, you can't force it. You can't force a sacrificial move because it just won't work that way. So again, as I said, I've been trying out d4, so we do go with d4, and here we accept the England Gambit. That's what this game is. We accept the England Gambit. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to hold on to this pawn. And then he threw the second pawn at me. I was like, okay, it's too tempting. I'm taking the second pawn. But it does give him quick and easy development. But I was like, you know what, it's not a big deal for us here at all. Making very simple moves, get his bishop out, get his dark square bishop out, he can get his light square bishop out. So we just develop as normal. Here, he does attack our knight, we defend it with our bishop, we do castle, you know, get a nice wee structure here. I don't feel, I thought he was going to castle this side because he has more pawns there. Here, maybe not so much. And then we can just start kind of getting all our pieces out and see what we can do. But he castles on that side, which I thought was a wee bit strange. I thought it was a wee bit weird. He could have given us a check here, as the computer says, force us into the corner. So here the plan was Fianchetto the bishop, and we'll develop as normal. So we get the knight out. Now I did get the knight out to try kind of entice this move, because if he did push, it would have been a bit of a trade here in the center. He would have won this pawn at the end of that trade. But he decides to attack the bishop, and again, look at this, the bishop and the queen on the same diagonal. You do not want to take them, because if you take them, their queen ends up here, and it can be a wee bit more of a hassle. Let's say, for example, I did, so say I take, and I made another simple move, and I took this pawn. He can just go here, right? And he's got decent threats going on here at the moment. Again, one simple stupid move would have just cost the game, so push the pawn. It's not mate. It's close to it. Oh well, because of the knights there. But we didn't. I didn't want to take, so we didn't take. We took the pawn in the center because we had the material to win it. Our queen and our knight were going at it. Only his knight was protecting it. Here, computer does say to take the bishop in this instance. I was like, I don't want to. I'm going to kind of get my knight out and attack the knight, or attack the bishop, but also there's a second threat behind this move, and it would be, if I had another move, I would go queen to d3. Why? Because it hangs, well, it gives up my bishop, but it also threatens mate. That's just clean checkmate. Defended, no, squares covered and pieces defended. So he takes the bishop. I'm like, okay, right. So we can still go ahead with the plan, right? I have a minute and 15, and yeah, 5 seconds later, we'll go for the move. Here we are giving up the rook. Okay, I'm surprised this didn't get a brilliant move, but it's not as forcing as a plain check sacrifice, but it is threatening checkmate, so it is, and it is quite hard and enticing, especially in bullet, not to take the rook. But yeah, so that was the whole plan. I was like, he can take the rook, we deliver checkmate, it's that simple. So he does try to cover. I think he's seen it. Computer does say, throw the queen here, defended by the rook, and then trade off the queens. That would have been the idea. But he throws his bishop in front, but that doesn't really do anything but postpone the inevitable. Okay, this move, I don't really know what he was planning with that move. Probably, well, he was kind of trying to stop me from going here, okay? But again, could have just dropped the knight back and protected that square as the computers give. And here, I was like, okay, now it's time to Fianchetto the bishop. The move that we made absolute donkeys ago was a b3. When did we make that move? Like, excuse me, it was a wee while ago, so it was. So we Fianchetto the bishop. Now this does cut off the king's escape squares. So again, the king has nowhere to go. All I need to do is deliver him a check with a protected piece. But there isn't really any good checks in this position. There's nothing I can do. Obviously, I can't go here. Well, I'll just trade off the queens and end, kind of end the advantage. But it is his turn. But that would just kind of end off the advantage. I didn't really want to do that. He does make a very big blunder. Now, why? This is only a blunder. Well, he's hung his queen. Okay, apart from the fact that he's hung his queen, if you did get a wee bit greedy, you would just take the queen. But no, I seen further than that. What I seen was check. Oh, now you're probably wondering, why is that getting a brilliant move? That's not checkmate. But if you're looking at the elo bar, you've seen as soon as you made that queen move, it was mate in 5. Now, you gotta look for the forcing moves, which would be check. Okay? But that can be taken 2 different ways. Yeah. But it's not the piece that is checking that is doing the damage. It is the file that it opens up for our queen. So he takes. Could take him with a knight, but it would not have made a difference. It only would have postponed the game by 1 move. Now we can go queen to c4 check, and he resigns. Now why does he resign? And he spent some time here trying to figure a way out of this. because after queen here, pick, here, pick, that's just checkmate. Nothing he can do. Now again, as you see here, computer does say to take with a knight. Okay, if he takes with a knight, same thing. We go here, he blocks, we take, he blocks, we take, he blocks, we take, and it just goes. So, oh, I loved it. See, as soon as I seen this, how long did I spend on this move? So, we Fiend out the bishop. He moved the knight, or queen, sorry, and he hung the queen. Do keep that in mind. We could have just taken the queen, but that would have just, you know, ended the mate threat and give us an 8.4 advantage. But yeah, so what we do find, knight in. So with 1 second interval, took us 11 seconds. Is that? Well, 12 seconds. You gain 1 second, and I'm down. I went down 11. No, 10 seconds in. No. Yeah, 12. Took us 12 seconds to find that. So it did. And yeah, I was just so happy. I was just so happy. Yes, Sean. Okay, I am good. Occasionally, you have your days. And immediately I seen the sequence, saying that it was check. Okay, I did spend a wee bit of time there. Spent 7 seconds. Was that on that move? And then yeah, he just resigned. Game would have continued something like that. Well, it would have continued like that because that just would have been clean checkmate. And this all started from an opening that I don't think I've ever played. Well, computer says I have, but like, that could be so many different ways. I've never seen this position ever, and you probably never will. But yeah, couple of key moves led to this. Not taking the bishop, attacking the bishop, but also attacking the threat of checkmate. Not exactly right now, but now it's the threat of checkmate. If he made a simple move and went here, that's just checkmate, okay? So we really had to think of force him to make a decision. He doesn't take the rook. Again, taking the rook just would have been checkmate. So he did. He made the wrong decision here. If he did throw the queen up, computer gives king takes g2, and then if he trades off the queen, so yeah, queen takes d, and then we take the queen. That's what the computer gives. We do have a 2.4 advantage, but it's no, you don't want that. Luckily, he did make a slight mistake, and yeah, we just ended up capitalizing on the mistake and pulling off a brilliant move. And that's 2 brilliant moves that I made in one day. And oh my god, I've just been sitting here drinking my coffee and I'm playing chess. That's it. 2 minute, 1 second interval. Not really practicing my openings properly, but trying to find new openings that entice me a wee bit more. You know, throw that spark up that make you want to play chess in the first place. But anyway, guys, that's been a quick video of some of the games that I've played today. Yeah, I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, slap the like button. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.